Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new and welcome back if you're not. Thank you for coming back to me. I am so happy to see you all today, and today we are going to be talking about some Italian grammar. Today's video is going to be about the Italian prepositions. So let's get into it. For those of you who don't know me, I am Irene, an Italian language tutor, and I've been teaching for quite a while, and I can tell you one of the most tricky things are prepositions. Before we start, please let me know that you appreciate these videos by leaving a like, commenting down below. If you have any questions, ideas, doubts, anything about the Italian language or the Italian culture, let me know down below. I will make sure to reply to all of your comments. And so yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So the Italian prepositions. How many prepositions does Italian have? We can say that we have more or less 9. And prepositions can be simple when they are isolated on their own or articulated. What does it mean? The simple preposition can be joined with one of the articles. And if you do not know a lot about the articles, I suggest you go back and watch one of my videos. I'm gonna link it down below. There are a lot of different forms and a lot of different rules, so I really believe it could be of use. Anyway, coming back to us, as I said, the prepositions can be simple and articulated. Basically, what happens for the articulated prepositions is that the preposition is joined with the article, forming one single word. Why would we ever need that? Well, in Italian, as you maybe have noticed by now, articles are a lot more common than they are in English. They basically precede, I would say, nearly every single noun. So when we use a preposition, using a preposition on its own, an article on its own, and then the noun can sound a little hard. It's a little hard to say. What Italian does is it joins these two words, making only one that actually sounds better and is easier to say within the sentence. But let's go back a couple of steps. Which are the prepositions, the simple prepositions? We have di, a, da, in, con, su, per, tra, and fra. What do they mean? Di is of, a is to, da from, in, con with, su on, per for or through, tra and fra, which actually mean the exact same thing, and they mean between. So I can give you a couple of examples of a sentence using prepositions. I could say this: Parto da Venezia e vado a Milano, passando per Verona. Here I use the preposition in front of a proper noun or a name of cities. So cities usually do not use articles. But when we have a preposition preceding nouns that actually do use the articles, so there are not like proper names, we are gonna have to join the two words. Not all prepositions can become articulate prepositions. The prepositions that can become articulate prepositions are di, a, da, in, con used to be one of those, but nowadays it's not really anymore, and su. Okay, so what happens? How do we transform these simple prepositions into articulate prepositions? So let's take the preposition di as an example. In the Italian language, for some reason, the letter I is the weakest of the vowels. And when we join a word that is ending in I, or a preposition that contains an I, that I will most likely become an E. Di will become de. If we know all the articles, which I am gonna take for granted that we all know them. We can take to generalize all of the articles that start in L and double the L, and then put the article at the end. So, for example, lo, all right? D-E, lo. Dello is the final result. Same thing for la, della, delle, and so on and so forth. For the other articles, like il, for example, we have another I. D, the I becomes an E, and then another I. What happens? The I is just going to fall, and the two words will, mash into just one, and it will become del. And the plural masculine, the correspondent form of il, which is I, D plus I, what happens is D, the I becomes an E, and then the I needs to stay the same. It cannot fall, otherwise we would be missing a part. Okay, so it becomes dei. We would have del, della, dello, dei, degli, delle. And once you understand this process, you can actually transform every single one of the prepositions. A is actually easier because there is no I. A will become al, alla, allo, ai, agli, and alle. Da is the same as a. Dal, dallo, dalla, dai, dagli, dalle. In is a little bit trickier because what happens? Guess what? We have an I, and that I changes too, even though it's not at the end of the preposition. That I, though, at the beginning changes into an E and goes all the way to the end of the preposition. So instead of in, we'll do ne. And in that case, we will have nel, nello, nella, nei, negli, nelle. And then su. Su, again, is very regular. It only requires the doubling of the consonant of the L. Sul, sullo, sulla, sui, sugli, sulle. And that is it. But let's give you an example of a sentence with the articulate prepositions. Sono partita dalla mia città e sono andata alla tua, passando per, which does not become an articulate preposition, la città di Romeo e Giulietta. So hopefully you can see how all of these work. That's pretty much everything we're gonna be doing today. This is it. If you have any questions, please let them down below. Do you have trouble understanding and using prepositions? I would like to make some more videos focusing on prepositions because we need to dive a little bit deeper into the kinds of preposition that we have to use depending on what we want to express. And also, I would like to make a video about the verbs that are necessarily followed by a specific preposition. That seems to be something that really confuses people. So there are gonna be more videos about this. And yeah, I think this is it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was useful, and as always, leave me a like, comment down below, subscribe if you're new, and yeah, I will see you very soon. I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.